Folks, we talk about the response of this president when it comes to people of color, and what took place in Puerto Rico is an absolute travesty. A year ago, Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico, but it also devastated the U.S. Virgin Islands. Joining us right now from the U.S. Virgin Islands is Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett. She represents the Virgin Islands in the United States Congress. Congresswoman, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me this evening.
We did not want to ignore what happened in the Virgin Islands. Of course, we often had you on, had others from there, what took place last year. Give us a sense, where does the island stand today? There was so much devastation to the airport, to the tourist industry. Have you completely recovered? If you had to put a percentage on it, exactly how far have you come back?
Well, you know, we were struck by two hurricanes, both Irma and Maria, while they were Category 5 hurricanes. There's been no other place in the United States that has been hit by two Category 5 hurricanes. One was September 6th, and then the other, of course, September 20th. But during that time that happened, we lost much of our infrastructure. 17 of our 31 schools had 50% or more damage. 9 of them were absolutely destroyed. Both of our main hospitals had 50% capacity taken out of them. And so what's really happening now in the Virgin Islands is that we're just beginning to do that recovery. Of course, our utility system is back up, but much of our vital infrastructure still leaves a lot to be desired. So Roland, for the last year, our children were in school for only 4 hours a day in public schools because they had to share school facilities. And this year, when our governor tried to bring the schools back up online, that was not possible. So there's a percentage of our students who are not in school as yet, and those who are facing conditions that should not be for American children. We have children who are sitting on milk crates in the first week of school, sitting on the desk, libraries with no books in them because the supplies are not there. Our hospitals are still not 100%. Most of the individuals who are on dialysis or need inpatient have to do so outside of the Virgin Islands. So there's a lot of work to be done. Congress did an amazing job of appropriating the right amount of money to be able, and also recognizing that there had been underfunding for so many years in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, which necessitated them giving us additional funding to harden our systems and to create resilience. But now what we're facing, Roland, and I'm glad here to show you, is that this administration is slow walking the money. They're putting stipulations on there that Congress did not intend. And so we're having a much slower recovery than we should be having.
Folks in the control room, please let me know. Talk to Anthony. Can you actually hear me? Have we lost audio here? But also, I know I can't hear her. Okay, so guys, please let me know how we can get the Congresswoman back. I have absolutely no audio from our control room or from the Congresswoman. Okay, Congresswoman, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I think so. We got you back here. And so one of the things that I really want to focus on, obviously, so much of your economy is tourism. What more do you need from the federal government? Are you still in need from private industry as well? Give me a sense of that.
Well, unfortunately, we do rely mostly on tourism. We had an oil refinery that closed in 2012 that drove our unemployment up to 18%. We're about to bring that back online. And of course, we rely on other things. Congress has decimated other areas of our economy, financial services and others, through the tax codes that they just passed this past year. But what we need from Congress is pushing Congress to get the administration to release funding so that we can begin the rebuilding. A lot of our hotels are waiting for some discussions with the federal government to get tax incentive, tax credits to be able to do the rebuilding. We've lost more than half of our hotel stock, and that's really hurtful to us, as well as the erosion to our beach, trying to get releases for Army Corps to facilitate beach cleanups and re-putting more sand back down in many of the areas to make this a pristine area again. But Roland, the real concern of everyday Virgin Islanders is for our hospital and our schools to get back up so that we can bring our elders and those who are sick back on island, have substantial health care so the Virgin Islanders feel safe, and that our children can be in facilities which are conducive to learning, so that our teachers can have desks, can have chairs, that there are books again in our libraries for our children to learn.
Any particular thing that you want from Black America? What kind of outreach have you seen from organizations? What can the average citizen do to assist the Virgin Islands to get back on its feet?
Roland, having you be an advocate for us, there have been so many from the Black Caucus as well as the Democratic Caucus who have been retweeting this year, because so many in the media focus on whatever Trump puts out in his latest tweet, being totally disrespectful to the people of Puerto Rico by talking about not counting the death toll that has been substantiated by independent verification. But what we want Black Americans to do is to tell them not to forget about the Virgin Islands, that our decimation from hurricanes was much more substantial than Puerto Rico in terms of the strength of the hurricanes and what it did to our basic infrastructure, and saying not to forget. Roland, remember that this president has disrespected us completely. He has never visited the Virgin Islands after our hurricanes. He's gone everywhere. He invited our governor to come and visit him on an aircraft carrier outside of Puerto Rico, but didn't think we were important enough to come and visit our shores. We have veterans here, people who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We've been a part of this country in 2017, 100 years. We're Americans, and we don't want to be treated as second-class citizens. And we're asking people of color, people of conscience, to support us and to say, don't forget the Virgin Islands. We're Americans too.
All right, Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you so very much, and certainly give our thoughts and prayers to everyone down there in the Virgin Islands, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much. Take care.